Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just share my screen with you all. We are here for body butter and emulsified sugar scrub. There we go. All right. All right, so let's get started. First and foremost, I would like to welcome everyone to this video. I'm super excited to be sharing this with you all today. And I am confident. I am super confident that everyone is going to leave here today with some body butter and sugar scrub. Now, if you do run into any challenges, please reach out. You can comment on this video, or you can send me a message directly, and I will try to help troubleshoot whatever the issue is so that you can be successful in this project. So, first and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shea Skipworth, and I am your instructor today. If you're taking this course through Mount Airy Learning Tree, this is my 4th year working with them. This is my 2nd time doing the body butter workshop. I've been making body butter for, oh goodness, at least 7 years now. So I always keep a couple jars in my bedroom to use after I get out the shower or when I just need a little bit of moisturizer. So I'm also the CEO of Handmade U LLC. Handmade U LLC, our purpose and our mission, our vision is to inspire creativity in others, and we hope to do that through workshops like the one that we're doing today. We also have a bi-monthly subscription box, DIY subscription box, where we send you 3+ projects every other month, not each month, every other month, that you can get your craft on, have some crafty fun. Our goal today. So today, I'm not necessarily looking for perfection. My goal today is just to help you all work through the process, okay? I want you to learn the process. I want you to learn the technique so that you can then go later down the line and, create your own recipes and develop your own techniques to elevate what I'm going to teach you today. And ultimately, I'm hoping that we will all have a really good time together. So let's run through a few differences between lotion and body butter. I think most people are very familiar with lotion. I know I use it regularly. Lotion and body butter, one of the biggest differences is just simply how it's made. So there is a lot of water added to lotion in order to get that, consistency that you can squeeze out of a bottle. To get that consistency, it's watered down quite a bit. It's usually a lot more lightweight than a body butter, and it's definitely good for people who have slightly oily skin that are like, I don't want to add any more oils to my skin, to people who have normal skin. So I know for me, I use lotion in the summertime most frequently, and I'm good then, but in the wintertime, lotion does not do the trick for me because I feel like my skin gets drier in the wintertime. So then I really like to switch to the body butter in the winter. Body butter is a lot thicker than lotion. And when it goes on, like, you really can see it sitting there, and then it absorbs into your skin. So I love that. It is made with butters and oils, so there's no water in the lotion. There's no water in the body butter. And for me, I'm okay with that because that means that A, I'm getting all of the goodness from the butters and the oils, but also B, I feel like depending on the shelf life of the butters and the oils that I use, my butter can last a little bit longer than that lotion potentially. I don't know, we'll see. But last but not least, I think that body butter is great for the other end of the spectrum when you're going from normal to dry skin, like me. So I wanted to share with you a very, very basic recipe here, okay? When we are thinking about body butter, it's usually broken down into 2 main parts, and then there's some additional items that we add in. But the 2 main parts is 1 part oil, 1 part butter, okay? Now, I don't care if that one part is a cup or if it's a gallon. Whatever that one part is, if you do a gallon of oil, then you need to have a gallon of butter. If you do 2 cups of oil, you need to have 2 cups of butter. So that's what we mean by parts. It's basically equal ratios. Now, you can break that down further. So when we talk about 1 part oil, it doesn't have to be the same oil. It can be a combination of things. So you could do 1 part coconut, 1 part almond to equal to that 1 part of oil. Or you could do, you know, a combination of coconut, almond, grapeseed, jojoba. Like, you can add in any of those famous carrier oils that are out there that people use all the time for bath and body products. You can do any combination of those, but what the end result is, when it comes all together, it needs to be equivalent to 1 part of oil. Now, that sounds a little wonky, I know, but hopefully it will make sense. And the same goes with the butter. So one thing about the butters is you really have to think about the butters in their natural state. So some of the butters are softer, other butters are harder. And so depending on the, I don't know what the word is, but depending on how soft or hard your butter is, that will have an impact on the end result of your body butter. So in this case, our butters could be a combination of shea and cocoa. We could throw in some mango butter, some avocado butter, whatever butters that you enjoy, okay? Just remember that coconut oil, although coconut oil can be hard above 76 degrees, it's not considered a butter, okay? Literally, you touch it and it melts. It's not considered a butter. Butters are a little bit more resilient than that. All right, so let's move forward and let's talk about butters a little bit. Now, we are using shea butter and cocoa butter in this recipe today. So like I said, you can swap in other butters, but shea butter, if you're looking at the butters that you have in your kits, the shea butter is the softer one. It's definitely lighter in color than the cocoa butter. It's produced from seeds and kernels of the shea tree, which is native to Africa. Shea butter is it's healing to the skin. The fatty acids in the shea butter help to moisturize. And so shea butter has really, really moisturizing and healing benefits from it. The cocoa butter, on the other hand, is a harder butter made from cocoa beans, right? And it is known for its healing properties, like far and wide. A lot of people who are pregnant use cocoa butter to help minimize or reduce the appearance of stretch marks, right? And so people are benefiting from this. Both of these butters come from plants, right? They come from things that grow. And so they're edible. They're both edible and they're both natural. We are also using some essential oils today. I want you to just think about essential oils and being safe with them when we use them, okay? So you either have lemon or orange in your kits, but one thing to note about all citrus oils is that they have something called phototoxicity. And so we want to do is we want to avoid putting them in products that we're then going to go outside in the sun with. So I would not use a citrus oil. This is me personally. I do not recommend using a citrus oil in a body butter that you're going to put on and then go outside with, okay? What could happen is the sun hits that oil and then you may break out into a rash or have some type of skin irritation as a result of that phototoxicity. The other hand, you need to think about the strength of essential oils. And as soon as you smell them, you'll be like, whoo, that smells good, but whoo, that is strong. And peppermint, eucalyptus are two that pop into my head immediately when it comes to the strength. And so when you're using those two, you might not need to use as much. So that's something to keep in mind. All essential oils, you should never be putting them directly onto your skin. You should always use them with a carrier oil. So that carrier oil, again, just going back, that would be our coconut oil or our almond oil, or whatever other oil that you choose to bring in. You are allowed to blend the essential oil. So if you want to mix some peppermint with some lavender, or lemon with lavender, or whatever else you might have, and you want to make a special blend, that's totally okay. Just make sure whatever essential oils you're using are 100% essential oil, and they have not already been diluted, and they're not a fragrance oil. Okay. So when we talk about diluting our oils, we are actually talking about diluting them in a carrier oil. And I've already touched base on some of these, but what I wanted to take note about here is that there's definitely others that you can use that we didn't talk about already. So even an olive oil or an avocado oil will work just fine. But there is a chart that I included that I'm going to send you in this PowerPoint, and I'll also include the link into it in the email. I guess I could put it down below in this description too if I remember. But it's a list of all of the oils that you can use by skin type, and I just find that really, really helpful. You know, so when you take a look at that, you can say, okay, I have dry skin, I have eczema. You can look at which oils really help those particular conditions and use those to make your body butter or your scrub. People always ask me, where do we buy the products? And so these are some of my favorites. I'm in Philadelphia, and so if I need to purchase some items in person, there's two places that I would go. One is Weaver's Way, the food co-op. I would go there if I need just like a small quantity of something, and you know, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this to come through the mail. I just need this quickly. Let me just run there and grab it. The other place that I love going is Candles and Supplies in Pottstown. It's not in Pottstown. I just had this moment. It's in Quakertown. Candles and Supplies in Quakertown. So I'll post the link. I'll post links to all of these places, but Candles and Supplies in Quakertown. I don't know why I put Pottstown. They are definitely my go-to. I probably just make a trip out there like once every other month or so and just stock up on different things. You can buy some stuff on Amazon. However, it is very tricky to buy good stuff on Amazon. So if I was going to shop on Amazon, I would try to stick with the Noun brand, because I know them. I know about their quality. Other places that you can buy are Bulk Apothecary and Brambleberry, and also wholesale supplies. And again, I'll put as many links as I can for you to be able to check out. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and get into our body butter. We're going to start with the body butter, and because the body butter takes a little bit of time for it to actually cool down before we can mix it up and whip it and put it in our jars. So we'll start with the body butter, and then we'll switch to our sugar scrub. And after we finish the sugar scrub, then we're going to go back and finish our body butter.
And Sherry, the scoops that we have in our containers, you already measured that out, like the 1 cup of shea butter and.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, I did not. So the only thing that I measured exactly is the pheno nib.
Quarter cup.
Does everybody have, so I had mentioned that you can use a quarter cup measuring cup, or you can use a scale. So is anybody using a scale? Okay, good. Anybody in the chat? Okay, nope.
I mean, I pulled out my scale. Is it recommended to use the measuring cups? Preferred?
It's actually preferred to use the scale.
Okay.
Most people don't have that readily available. So I just asked so I know how to talk about some of the things.
Okay. I mean, no one else have, if no one else has a scale, I'll use the measuring cups.
Okay. Yeah, we're using measuring cup over here too.
All right.
All right, so we are going to start in just a minute adding our butters to our stainless steel bowl. Because we're using our 1/4 cup measuring cup, I would recommend, if your cocoa butter is in large chunks, I would recommend actually chopping that up. So after you get that chopped, then you can go ahead and put that into your bowl. So if everyone has their 1/4 cup of cocoa butter, then next you're going to add the 1/4 cup of shea butter and add that right into the stainless steel bowl as well. Okay, so now I want everybody to get their double boiler set up. So if you are familiar with how to do a double boiler, just go ahead for it. You're going to add some water into your pan. I usually do like 1/4 of the pan.
1/4 of the pan.
And then go ahead and put your stainless steel bowl inside your pan. And on like a medium. You want to put it on like a medium to low heat. So you don't want it super high.
Is that set on top of it? Did you measure it? No. No. Well.
How much water to put in this year?
Say that again.
How much water to put in the pan?
All the size I
I
have.
could just do like 1/4, like fill it up like 1/4 of the way.
And you said put it on medium?
Like a medium heat, yeah.
Okay.
And so it's not gonna take long, but you're gonna actually stay with your butters and stir them as they melt.
Okay.
It won't take a super long time though.
Can I put it on now?
Yes.
I'm gonna mix everything your mom does. I got my little plastic accessories. The project cam.
It's not hot.
Next thing that we're gonna do is we need to add in the carrier oil, and our carrier oil is the coconut oil. So now coconut oil is usually solid when it's cool, but it actually is a liquid when it's warm. So coconut oil is just weird like that. So we're gonna put in we're gonna put in 1/2 cup of the coconut oil. We're gonna add that to our butters. And if you want to add the arrowroot, you need to add the arrowroot in as well now and make sure that it's stirred really well. If we were using a carrier oil that was 100% liquid all the time, I would have you mix the arrowroot in with the carrier oil first and then add that in. So we have to improvise. So we're doing 1/2 cup of coconut oil and 1.5 teaspoons of arrowroot. Yeah. Okay, so at this point, what you're going to do is you're going to remove that bowl from the heat, and we're going to find a place to stick it in the refrigerator. Oh, I'm sorry. I am completely wrong. I had mentioned to folks if they had an extra bowl or the measuring cup that we used to make candles or to make something else we did. I'm going to actually have you pour your mixture into a different bowl because we need to use that stainless steel bowl again. When you take it out.
Oh, you froze.
I froze?
No.
Am I frozen now?
Yeah, you're not.
Okay. I was just saying, make sure you don't burn yourself when you take it out. Probably too late now. Everybody got theirs out already, but.
It's like warm, but it ain't real hot underneath. And stick this in the fridge, Sherry?
Yes.
Do
And
we
then
have
you
to
want to
cover it with anything?
say it again?
Do we have to cover it with anything?
Nope. You don't have to cover it. Just sit it in the fridge. Let's work on our sugar scrub.
Okay.
So we're basically going to do a similar process as we did to, melt our butter, just a different quantity, and we're going to add in our wax this time instead of arrowroot. So, on the screen. Okay, so we're going to start by mixing our oils, our butter, and our waxes all together in our stainless steel bowl and melting that over the double boiler. So we're doing 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. If you only have a teaspoon measuring thing, 3 teaspoons equal a tablespoon, so you would need 6 teaspoons of coconut oil. So 6 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons.
All right, I'm gonna just do 2 tablespoons.
Coconut, is it also two tablespoons?
2 tablespoons of coconut.
Right. And what about the cocoa?
We're not using the cocoa butter.
Oh,
We're going to use the shea butter.
I'm not paying attention. Okay, got it. And it's 2 tablespoons of that, right?
That's 3.
3 teaspoons. So 1 tablespoon of shea butter.
Wait a minute.
3 teaspoons.
2 tablespoons of the coconut.
2 tablespoons of coconut, and it's actually 1 tablespoon of shea butter. Because
I see 3. You said 1. Okay.
That says 3 teaspoons.
Just put the tablespoon.
Oh, but this is a tablespoon.
Yes, you already got the tablespoon. Use that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sure.
So this 3.
So,
That's a teaspoon, right? Yeah, yours looks bigger than mine. No, it's not.
so hey Sherry, you want to convert that 2 teaspoons of the wax is what? A half the
1.5 tablespoons.
Okay, 1.5 tablespoons. And just put it in the same metal bowl, right?
Yep.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of the wax.
2 teaspoons of wax. So if you're using the tablespoon, it will be like 1.5 tablespoons.
Okay.
Sorry, did we move forward? Are we about to heat it up now?
Go ahead and heat it up if you're at that stage.
Okay.
So this time around, the thing that's going to take the longest to melt is going to be your wax.
Oh, those little dots.
Yeah, that's going to take the longest to melt.
Okay.
Are we supposed to have it over the double boiler now?
Yep, if you got everything in your bowl, those 3 things in your bowl, then yes, over the double boiler.
I thought it was going to take a long time for the wax to melt. Mine melted. I'm done.
Cool. I didn't say a long time. It's just that's the last thing to melt.
Oh, okay. So turn my heat off?
Yes.
Okay.
You mean your wax is melted too, Felicia?
And
yeah, look. You see?
Wow. Mine's is still present.
You know why? Because I'll be looking at sure I just take my little fork and mix it around.
after it's melted, take it off the heat.
Okay.
And we're done with the double boiler at this point.
Oh yeah, I see. If you mix it, if you stir it, it does melt faster.
Faster, right? Yeah, that's what I was looking at the sugar.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna focus. We're still focusing on the sugar scrub, so we'll go ahead and finish that up real quick.
Okay.
If yours has started to solidify, that is totally okay. And if it hasn't, that's okay too, because it'll still continue to solidify as it's cooling.
Okay.
So, if you have, like, we don't have any solid in ours, but I can tell it's cool because it's starting to get cloudy. So the first thing that you're going to do is you want to mix in. Hold on, I make sure I got the right thing. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to mix in at this point. We're going to mix in our essential oils and our preservative. So if you're going to use the preservative, go ahead and pour that entire vial into your bowl.
That's the catnip stuff,
Okay,
right?
Sherry.
Yes.
Should I heat mine over? Mine is really hard. It's hard.
Really, really hard.
Very hard. I can dump it over and nothing is coming out.
And when you stir it with the fork, you know, it's not like soft still.
No, it's very hard.
Okay, then yes, you want to put it over the heat for a little bit, but you don't want it to melt all the way back down.
Okay.
If people want to check their body butter, we want it to be solid, like around the edges, maybe even a little bit on the top, but we just don't want it to be solid all the way through. The last time I checked mine, it was still liquid.
I'll wait. So after the preservative, what else we putting in this?
All right, so then we're gonna add our essential oil.
How many drops of each?
Yep. So this is gonna be like based off of your preference. So I'm gonna tell you the maximum number of drops is gonna be 20.
Oh.
20 is the maximum number. You don't have to do a full 20. So like I heard some people said they were gonna use peppermint. Peppermint is really strong. I don't know that I would do 20 drops of peppermint. I probably would only do 10 drops of peppermint.
That's what I did.
But if you're going to mix some stuff together, like you can do, you know, 5 drops of peppermint and 10 drops of lavender or something like that. Someone had asked about adding vanilla. Because it's a body scrub, you can actually add vanilla extract, but if you want a vanilla scent. So if you wanted to try to do a lavender vanilla, you could use a bit of vanilla extract. So after you get this into the oil, you want to stir it, mix it in as best you can. So if it's starting to harden already and you're at the Vaseline stage, then you're just folding it in as much as you can. If yours is still in the liquid stage, then you just are mixing it in as best you can.
Once I poured in my preservative and oil, it went back to like fully liquid again.
So once you've stirred it and you feel like it's mixed well, then you can go ahead and fold your sugar in. I would do maybe like half of my sugar first and take a look at it and at the consistency of it and see how I feel about it, and then add more sugar in until you have a consistency that you really like. So I usually tell people to do, you all have 6 ounces of sugar in the bag. But I usually tell people that it's somewhere between 4 and 6 is like what people tend to enjoy.
I'm sorry, we using what's the size of it? Cup, half a cup? Sugar.
I said put half. Yep, put about half of your sugar, and then mix it up and see how you feel about that consistency.
This half.
I like mine to be a little bit drier as opposed to having a lot of the extra liquid, but it is going to get hard though. So when I say hard, I mean it's going to still solidify a little bit. It'll be easy enough to scoop out, but it'll be a little harder than.
Now, when you say half, are we being exact with our measurements or just?
No.
Okay.
No, I honestly, I feel like most people are going to end up putting in most of that sugar. So I just always say to start with the half. Okay. Most people have used the sugar scrub before and kind of know how they like it. Like I don't like the ones that are like runny and drippy.
Yeah, I like mine to have a thicker consistency. Yeah, I don't like sugar with it. I don't like I like mine thick. I don't. Like this? Yeah, no.
This is funny. I actually watch my daughter. She'll come downstairs and get sugar out of our
Like that's it for you.
sugar, and she mixes it and she scrub her lips.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
always go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was the first virtual Crafty Divas we did. We did the.
Oh, seriously? I said some good
Is that the
stuff.
first one? We did lip gloss, lip balm, and a lip scrub.
Right.
I do want a little bit
No,
more.
this smells good, y'all.
Now, if you are like you want it even thicker, go ahead and add some more sugar. You can get some, if you have some in your house in the canister somewhere, help yourself.
I just got raw brown sugar. I can't use that stuff. This is good.
And then you can go ahead and scoop it into one of your jars.
Oh, it's not supposed to fill up the jar, right?
Oh no.
Okay, I'm about to say, all right. Okay.
No, it's not gonna. These jars are humongous.
This is good. This is nice. I feel like I want to put some more scent, and it smells so good. I did that peppermint orange.
Yeah, put some more scent in mine too.
So I did this yesterday with Mount Airy Learning Tree, and this is a 6-ounce jar. So you're probably gonna have about 6 ounces worth. These jars are just a little bit bigger
Oh, got you. Yeah.
but this is the same size recipe we just did.
Then wait, you said when it dries, it'll be looser, so make it a little more thicker, or you saying it will be harder when it dries?
Mine is thick.
I'm saying that as it cools, the shea butter and that wax is going to make it a little bit more solid.
Okay, good. See, I like mine thicker.
Yeah, I like mine.
So that's it.
So excited.
It
I
is-
always gotta think of some good stuff.
And we just start scooping it in.
Yeah, I just started over and poured it in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to mix it up good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use it.
I like that.
It's nice.
Oh, we smell it. Yeah, I'm just done.
It does smell good, right? I love it. All right, I'm gonna put this on the black market for like what I can get like.
Actually, yours.
Well, because I added extra
I was
sugar.
like, yours actually filling up that jar.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
This is nice. Okay. This is so cool. And that's it, Sherry? That's it?
For the sugar scrub. Yep. So it'll, like I said, it's going to continue to cool, and those butters are going to kind of solidify a little bit back together. If you want to speed that up, you can pop it in the refrigerator. Or you can just let it continue to cool down naturally.
Yeah.
If you're, I need you all to check on your body butter. It is not starting to get solid. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to pop mine into freezer.
So what we just did was a body scrub, right?
That is yes. So that would be for your hands or your body.
Oh, yours is solid. Mine is, yeah. Okay.
I just want to label it peppermint.
If it's solid, do we take it out?
Yes.
Okay, mine is almost solid, but not all the way. Does it matter?
You don't want it all the way.
Okay.
So yours is probably perfect.
Let me show you.
Is Shira's like completely solid?
It's, you see it? Yeah, mine kind of is completely solid.
Okay.
See, it's like completely solid.
Can you, like, if you stick a fork in that, will it, I'm wondering if underneath of the top, if
It's still kind of solid. It's a little bit softer, but it's still solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of bowl is that?
It's like a ramekin. Yeah.
It's glass, so it's glass or ceramic?
Yeah.
Okay. Pop it. Can you pop it into the microwave for like 20 seconds?
Okay.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Like we want it to be solid, but we don't want it to be all the way hard because we need to be able to mix it.
Okay. Like 20 seconds. Do like 15.
Yeah, try 20 seconds. This should, so I know a couple people, they said that their, the sugar scrub mix, it had cooled down and it started to look like Vaseline. That's kind of the same look we're going for with this as well.
Can you see that?
All right, I am super bummed that we don't have any more footage. The camera went, it says Project Cam, and it just went black, and that was basically how the video was for the rest of the process. So I'm gonna try my best to talk you through it, okay? So take your body butter out of the refrigerator. We're looking for something that is hard around the edges and starting to solidify on the top, but maybe underneath it's still in its liquid form. I want you to take a fork or your spatula or something and mix that up, okay? If when you mix it up, it completely reverts back to a liquid, I need you to cool it a little bit more. If you mix it up and it's a little chunky, almost reminding you of like Vaseline, then that's a good stage for us to get started, okay? If you are using an electric mixer, then this is going to be a pretty quick process for you. When I mix my body butter in a small bowl like this, when I'm making a small batch, I typically use one beater. I know that sounds funny, but sometimes the bowl is just a little bit too small for both of them to go in there. So using the one beater, I'll go ahead and I'll mix my body butter. What we're looking for is a changeover, right? So right now we have something that's yellowish, petroleum jelly looking-ish, or AKA Vaseline. And what we're looking for is as we whip air into it, for it to convert into something that looks more like a white frosting. It can vary depending on how much oil you ended up actually using. It may vary a little bit from like a very soft, fluffy frosting to something that's more stiff, but either way, your body butter will work and it'll work beautifully. So basically you're going to whip it. It's really hard to tell you how long to whip it because it really does depend on the recipe. So you kind of have to look for that shift, that change over in the color. Once you finish whipping it, then you can go ahead and add your essential oil. With the body butter, we're doing a maximum of 30 drops of essential oil. After you get that in there, go ahead and fold that in, and then you can scoop your body butter into its respective jars. And you're done. So again, sorry for that lost footage, but I hope that you will all still be super successful at completing your body butter. Okay, I'm gonna drop some of the questions that came up in the session. I'm gonna drop them at the end of the video so that you can see them, just in case you have some of those same questions. But other than that, thank you very much for participating in our body butter and emulsified sugar scrub workshop. So thank you all. See you later. It's been fun. I don't know if I finished talking about the pheno nip.
Yeah.
I may have, I may not have.
He said it's a preservative that we're going to put in the body scrub.
Okay, yeah, correct. But I was saying that is completely optional. So you all will have to decide. That's the only thing that we're using today that would not be considered natural. So if you wanted to keep your sugar scrub all natural, then you do not want to add it. It's safe, but it's just not considered all natural.
So my question is, if you use it, what does it do? I know you said preservative. What does it supposed to do?
Yeah. So with the sugar scrub, a lot of times people will put that into the shower, and they'll use it in the shower. If water gets into the sugar scrub, water will promote the growth of
Bacteria, fungus, or mold?
Bacteria, that's a better word. I was like,
Okay.
what word am I looking for?
Oh, I never knew that.
So bacteria can't grow in the oil. Bacteria can't grow in the butters, but if water gets in there, the bacteria can grow from the water. So the
Oh,
preservative is to fight that from happening.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So basically, if you want it to be all natural, don't put your wet hand in your sugar scrub. And don't keep it in the shower. Like, you could just take some out and put it in a hand or a cup or whatever and take it into the shower with you as opposed to actually storing it.
Oh, you just taught me something, Sherry. I think I'm going to use a preservative because I know my hand's going to be wet. So I'm wondering, all the other scrubs I got in my bathroom, do they got preservatives? I'm about to throw everything away.
They probably do. But you can tell from how it looks and how it smells when it goes bad.
Okay.
Okay. And let's back over here.
Well, I would recommend that folks wipe their bowls and their utensils with paper towels as opposed to trying to like wash it out with water.
Oh.
I would wipe it with the paper towel first. As soon as water hits the oils and the butters, they're gonna get hard. And that's gonna make it a little bit more challenging for you to get it out. So get as much out as you can first.
Hey, Sherry, what if we have like extra butters in our containers? Can we just throw them in the pot?
You know what? I wouldn't add it in.
What? No.
No. Did you already do it?
No. No.
Yeah, don't do it. What you can do though is we're not doing that today, but like people make they just do like mixed shea butter where they just take shea butter and add some oil to it and literally just mix that together. And that's a whole nother body butter. So if I had a little bit left, I probably would just do that.
Okay. All right. Can you email us that?
I will. I'll email you all 3 of these recipes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, people do it, but food coloring doesn't give you really robust color. Micas that we've used in the past for other things would be better if you wanted to add color to it.